Neuroscience these days really shows us that attention-hungry tasks, such as problem solving, decision making, or even scheduling meetings, finding slots in your calendar, this is really attention-hungry for our brain, that can exhaust you within 1 hour. Because because attention is really precious and limited, it's a limited resource, and over the course of the day, we usually waste it. So the nature of attention is like this. We are really rarely present, but more in the past or in the future with our mind and with our attention. And this is just normal. And our brain kind of needs a break. That's what neuroscience tells us. But in these days, there are signs showing us that we spend much more, time in mind wandering. This is when we are thinking about the past or the future, we call it mind wandering, than necessary, because probably our brain is overloaded by information. But what can we do really? What can we do not to, to be so unattentive? And here are 2 tips. One is what we call the minute to arrive. The minute to arrive is just some kind of practice to give your mind a break. What we do is just by, attending, really listening to our breath, so to say, and really collecting attention to our breath, we give our mind the opportunity to settle. And with this, some kind of calmness normally appears, and even happiness appears. And you can do this minute to arrive when you arrive, at your desk, or even if you dare to do this in your team at the very beginning. So the second tip here for attention management is to minimize multitasking. Because in these days, we all feel the urge to do things in parallel. It's like we want to be an octopus, to have more arms to do everything that's on our shoulders and our desk. But in fact, also research from Stanford shows us that our brain is not capable to multitask. And also it's inefficient. So what it is for the brain is really a frequent interruption of tasks. So you're just jumping from one task to the other when you multitask. You don't do something in parallel. And this kind of interruption really creates stress for our brain and for our body. So when you feel exhausted at the end of the day, and a lot of people, of course, feel exhausted in these days, one reason can be because of multitasking. So minimize multitasking.